short learning program. It's been, yeah, 4 long weeks have passed already. This is the final week. So let's have a look at what happened last week and what we need to do this week. On Monday last week, you did Unit 11, defibrillators, where you were introduced to the theory behind defibrillation, and also there was some practical content. Then on Tuesday, you did ventilators, that's Unit 12, theory and practical. There were no assignments or quizzes for these 2 units. And then on Wednesday, Unit 13, infusion and syringe pump, also theory and practical. Also no assignment or quiz. But on Thursday, Unit 14, electrosurgical units, you did the theory, but for the practical, there was an activity. And where we said you need to go online to any websites and look for any YouTube video that demonstrates the practical tests of an electrosurgical unit. Then copy the link to that YouTube video, go post on Padlet with your name at the top, and also watch other videos that others have posted and comment on it. So that was the activity 14.1 on electrosurgical units. And then Friday, of course, was free. So we have not yet graded 14.1. And I know for most of you, you still haven't submitted 10.1, which is the mid-course video feedback. Some have submitted, they've been graded. I'm still waiting for more than half of the class to upload their videos. If you struggle to upload your video, just let me know. We'll give you another ways to do the submission. But keep an eye on the due date. I think it expires in 2 days' time. So make sure between now and tomorrow you do your unit activity 10.1, the mid-course video feedback. Now let's have a look at what we have for this week. Today is Monday, and the unit for today is Unit 15, which is the last major content that you have. Unit 15 is on incubators and radiant warmers. So for this unit, there are 2 things. The first one is the I'm getting something ringing in my ear. Can someone stay muted? I think there's a phone ringing somewhere. Okay. So we're talking about the content for today. So today is Monday, and the content is on Unit 15, theory and practical. So as you can see, it's on neonatal incubators and radiant warmers. So you have the theory content, the practical content, but there is no activity or quiz for today's content on neonatal incubators and radiant warmers. And then tomorrow, Tuesday, is going to be free for self-study. So what you do tomorrow, you need to go back and do all your revisions and start preparing for the assessments, which is going to be written on Thursday, an online assessment. Assessment is on Thursday, so use Tuesday and part of Wednesday to go over the work you've been doing and do your preparation. The assessment will cover most of the units, but majority of the content will come from the unit on patient monitoring, because patient monitoring covers a lot. It covers blood pressure measurement, it covers SpO2, it covers ECG, it covers the patient monitor itself, it covers a lot. But there will be questions from most of the other units. But focus more of your attention on the unit on patient monitoring, because patient monitoring condenses a lot of units together. Okay, Then on Thursday is when we have the online assessments. Now for this online assessments, everybody has to do it on that same day. So this assessment 17.1 is not like other quizzes or assignments where you are given a week to complete the assignment. You have to complete that assessment on the same day. If you don't do the assessment on that day, there is no second chance. So everyone must do assessments, the online assessment 17.1 on the same day. So you have between 9 a.m. when the assessment opens till midnight to do it. So you can do it at any time during the day, but you have to do it on Thursday, 27th of March. So I will give you the password to access the assessment by 9 o'clock in the morning so that you can do the assessment at any time during the day. And I think you have more than one attempt. You have about 2 attempts or so. For each attempt, you have 3 hours. Not that the assessment will take all 3 hours, but we give you enough time to do the assessment. And you have to finish each attempt at the same sitting. You cannot start and then go shopping and come back to continue later in the evening. Once it closes, the 3 hours is over, first attempt is over. Okay? So make sure you complete it at each sitting. If you start, you have to finish. You don't leave it and go away and come back later. Start, finish. If you're not happy with the results, then you can have a second attempt, which is also 3 hours. But whatever attempts you do, everything has to be completed on Thursday, 27th of March. Okay. I know there will be questions. We'll have time for questions. So on Wednesday, there are two things you will do on Wednesday, 26th of March. So there is a survey regarding the entire course itself. So an online survey, complete the survey. The survey is not a graded activity. However, you also have activity 16.1 also to be done on Wednesday, and activity 16.1 is a graded activity. And your activity 16.1 is similar to what you did for activity 10.1 for those who have done it, just that it's slightly longer in terms of duration than your activity 10.1. So activity 16.1 is also a post-course video reflection. Activity 10.1 was a mid-course video reflection where you introduce yourself, you talk about your expectations before the course and what you've learned so far up till midpoint into the course. However, activity 16.1 is now you're doing this at the end of the course. You have hindsight. You've gone through the whole course and you've accessed all of the contents. Now you want to talk about everything you've learned during the course. So it's similar to activity 10.1, but slightly longer. So if you're given, let's say, 3 minutes, do activity 10.1 within 3 minutes. The duration for 16.1 is about, I think, at least 5 minutes, because now you've covered more during the course of the training. So similar format, you introduce yourself, where you're from, your expectations before the course, and what you've learned and what you hope and plan to do with this course as a result of this course after the training. Okay, but the guidelines are there to help you know exactly how to do the activity. So it's also a video activity that you will upload on my tutor. That's for Wednesday. So Thursday is the assessment, and then we are meeting again on Friday for the final closing. So Friday, 9 o'clock, we're connecting for about an hour on MS Teams, just like we're doing now. So it's going to be like the normal daily briefing using the same link, but we're going to do like a short verbal evaluation where each person introduces themselves and talk about what they've learned during the course. Okay? Then apart from that, we will tell you a little bit more about what happens after the course. We'll talk about a WhatsApp group where you will be that will provide ongoing continuous support as you continue practicing in your profession as clinical engineering technicians. We will introduce you to the Clinical Engineering Association of South Africa as well as the Global Clinical Engineering Alliance. And then we'll talk about other things that relate to the next step and your certificates, when to expect your certificates and all that and all that. And then we'll also bring back the people from TICE on that day when we do the closing. So on Friday, we are meeting again for the closing, 9 o'clock, and it will be for about an hour, and everyone is invited to participate. So as you can see, the closing for Friday is not flexible, so we expect you to be there as much as possible, if you can. Okay, so let's take questions. Prudence.
Hi, how are you?
Yes, how are you?
I'm good. So, I just wanted to ask about the activity 10.1, the video.
Yes.
I wanted to know when grading the quality matter because I've done it on my tutor, but I see the quality is not that satisfying. It's like it's a deep blurry. So I'm just concerned when you are grading the quality matter or you just want the content. And also on the final assessment, you said there's two attempts. So are you saying on each attempt it's 3 hours or the 3 hours covers both attempts? I'm not sure if my
On
questions are
each attempt, 3 hours for each attempt. So it's
okay.
more than one attempt. Each attempt, 3 hours.
Okay. All right.
Yes. And then regarding activity 10.1, if you're not happy with the quality of what you have because either your camera that you use or the audio is not okay, you can do the recording on your phone and then WhatsApp it to me.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Any other question? Sitoli. Can I see some faces, please? It's very lonely around here. Can I see some faces? Put on the videos. Let's see some faces. This is our final week. I don't want to see in the mall in a month's time and you say, hey, Mr. Okai, and I say, have we met before? Who are you again? So let's see those faces so that we can recognize each other even after the course. Okay. So,
Okay,
yes, Anand, yes, what's your question?
I wanted to ask about the assessment. You get the results sometime after submitting.
Okay, is it just me or the audio is not that clear? Um, try again, Sitole. Let's see if I can hear you better now.
Okay, after taking the assessment, you get your mark sometime.
Okay, for assessment 17.1, some of the marks will be, yes, you will get your marks for those that will be graded automatically, but some of them I'll have to go over and do manual grading. So I would suggest you utilize both of your attempts because we'll use your highest mark during the grading. So I suggest you use both attempts. You do the first one. Even if the mark for the second attempt is lower than the first, we'll use the highest mark to do the grading. Okay? But yes, you will get a feedback regarding how you performed, but I still need to grade manually then for you to get your final mark, just to make sure the computer made no mistakes.
Okay, also, is multiple choice or
Sorry?
I was saying the assessment, is it multiple choice?
Yeah, it's a mixture of multiple choice, true or false, short
Okay,
answer questions, fill in the gap. So it's a mixture of different types of questions, which is
okay,
why we have to grade manually. The true or false, obviously you get your marks immediately. The multiple choice, you get your marks immediately. But the short answer questions, there'll be variation in how you answer. That's why we need to grade manually. Okay. Yes, so Naomi. Naomi, we can't hear you. There's no voice. Your lips are moving, but we can't hear anything. Okay, while you try to sort out your audio, Naomi, let's go to, I think it's a Northern Cape. I see training. Yeah, there's a hand from, put on the video, please. Liam, video on. Mr. Makafola,
Apologies.
video on. Yes, yes, yes.
My
Mr.
apologies,
Okay,
Tim.
how are
I'm
you?
not able to.
Good and you.
I would like to ask Mr. Okai.
Okay, there are 10
We
of
have
you
we
there.
don't have a good
Hold on, hold
connection.
on. There are 10 of you, so tell us who you are before you ask.
My name is Tembisile Palweni.
Okay.
I am one of. So I wanted to ask. We don't have such good connection. I heard you speaking about the patient monitor. Can you just repeat what you said on the what we should focus on with
Okay.
regards to the final assessment?
Yes, what I said is pay a lot of attention to the content on patient monitoring because a lot of the questions for your final assessment will come from there. Because patient monitoring combines a lot of modules. You know, there's the ECG, there's the blood pressure measurement, there's the SpO2, etc., all combined in patient monitor upon monitoring, plus the patient monitor itself. So a lot of the questions will come from there, but there will be questions from other units as well. Okay, but spend a lot of time on patient monitoring because many questions will come from there. Okay, Naomi, let's come back to you and see if we can hear you now. Yeah, keep that video on, please. Training, Northern Cape. I want to see some people are having tea in the background, some are chatting, some are playing, some are, yeah, I want to see what's going on. Please put the video on. Northern Cape, yes, yes, keep it that way. And from time to time, you can just pan the camera so we can see everybody else. This is our last week. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead, Naomi. Let's see if we can hear you now. No, we can't hear you. So just type it in the chat. Let's see. I think there's something in the chat. You can type your question in the
she
chat.
put that the audio is not working.
Yeah, type your question in the chat, Naomi. Then I respond to it. Okay, yes, training. Do we have a question from Northern Cape? I see a hand. Okay, was that an old hand? Great. Northern Cape, how is your activity 10.1 coming on? The mid-course video feedback. I'm still waiting. Most of you haven't done it. What are you waiting for? Okay, so Naomi is asking, what is the highest mark you need to get to pass? Yeah, when we started this course, it was 75%. 75. But as time went on, we thought, okay, let's lower the bar a little bit to give people at least a fighting chance to pass and get the certificate. So we made it 50%. Does that help? I know some of you have missed some assessments that you didn't do. That's why I said to you it's not a train smash. You're still going to pass. It doesn't mean you should be lazy. Yeah, but 50% should be the pass mark. And it's not dependent on one assessment. It's not dependent on the final assessment, activity 17.1. This is a continuous assessment training. So it's going to be, we're looking at all the assessments and all the activities you've done combined. Although the weight of some assessments are higher than others. The final assessment, for instance, for Thursday, I think it's about, the weight is about 60 marks. So that's quite a lot. And your video activity 16.1, the weight I think is about 30 marks. And then the one for 10.1 is about 5 marks. So make sure you do all of the activities. So for those of you who missed 1 or 2 activities, I know there's somebody who has missed about, I think 30 marks already, between 30 or 50, because up to 50 marks, because there were like 3 activities that were not done, which is a problem. You're still going to pass if you do the rest of your activities and submit on time, but make sure you don't miss any other activity so you don't jeopardize your chance of passing this course and getting your 50%. Are there any practical components in the assessment to do? No, there's nothing practical for you to do. The questions might be practical in nature, or to put it differently, the questions might come from the practical side of the course, yes. I'll give you one example. There's a question I remember that is coming from today's content, activity 15.1, on the practical side of incubators and radiant warmers. So when you're going through that practical, pay close attention. Question will come from there. But there will be nothing practical for you to do. But questions will come from the practical side of the content. Okay. I think there should be about, if I remember correctly, no, I don't remember now, but during the course of the week before Thursday, I might go through and see how many questions in all, and what is the total mark, and then I can post that on WhatsApp. Okay. Any other question? Liam, do you have any question?
Good morning, Tim. No, nothing from my side. Thank you.
Okay, Malebana, we only see the top of your forehead. We can't see your face very well. Yes, do you have any question or concerns? I know there are some activities that you missed, but you're still going to pass as long as you do the rest of the activities and submit on time. Any question?
No, nothing up to so.
Okay. So let's see who else. Okay. If there are no further questions, I think we'll end it here. If anything comes up later, please feel free to use the WhatsApp to contact me, and I will do my best. But just a reminder, please do your activity 10.1. Make sure you do activity 16.1. For the final assessment, you have to do it same day on Thursday. You cannot do it the next day or the next day. You have to finish that final assessment, activity 17.1, the online assessment, on Thursday. You have more than one attempt. I think it's about 2 attempts, 3 hours per attempt, but you have to complete both attempts same day, not the following day. Okay. And if I forget to send the password at 9 o'clock, please remind me. I'll give you the password at 9 o'clock so you can start. So between 9 and midnight, anytime in between, you can do the assessment. Okay. Yes.
Sorry, Tim. The password, will you send it on WhatsApp by email?
I will send it on WhatsApp.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same password for everybody. So I'll just post it
Okay.
once on WhatsApp, and then you can use it to access the course.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Cheers. So see you again on Friday at 9 o'clock. Great. Bye-bye now.
Yes.
Thanks. Bye.
Yeah.